Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going with Q4 of the weekly contest 335, number of ways to earn points. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem. So this one is a very fundamental dynamic programming problem, to be honest. It is something that I would say is knapsacky, right? And that's basically the first basis to to kind of get into it is really understanding knapsack dynamic programming, the pseudo polynomial solution in this case. Without going in, and then that basically is just saying in a recursive way, just enumerate every possibility for every types. In this case, you can do it by indexes because once you are done with an index, you don't have to go back to it. So then now your distinct states is the number that you have left and, well, the number of suffix of the types that you want to still consider. Some of this, of course, is under consideration by looking at the constraints. That is very critical because then it allows us to kind of determine what kind of dynamic programming is feasible. There might be other ones if the constraints are a little bit different. There are also other techniques in general if the numbers are different, right? But that's basically how I'm going to go into it. I've implemented this in Python 3 with a caching thing. I'm not going to go over the memorization or dynamic programming component. I'm just in this video because I have a lot of videos where I do go over that. The one that's not in contest. So definitely check some of those out. I have a lot of videos on these by now. But the idea is, so we'll go over this part. So let's go over the state, right? So left is you go to what do they call it? Is it score points? Yeah. So exact number of points left, and then index is the suffix of types we are considering, right? And basically, if the number of points left is 0, then we have 1, and effectively what you're doing is cutting off the suffix and just setting everything to 0 or something like this. If index is equal to n, that means that, and this is false, that means that it left is, well, there's still a number left and we haven't done our job, so we return 0 because there's no ways to do that, right? Otherwise, we just have the total number of ways. We basically, just recursively try, okay, if we, if given, so this is the number of counts in a particular type, if you remember from here, right? So now we just literally brute force, okay, what if we have one of the, what if we have 0 of these? What does that change the target, right? And it wouldn't, because then I would be 0. So this part is 0. So left would still be left. And then you just subtract 1. If there's one of these, then you subtract it from 1 times the score, which is also given in the input. And then you recurse on it and you look at it. And then so forth for I is equal to 2, 3, all the way to all the counts that we have. I also have an early break termination. You probably could have written this into the range thing, but I like writing this way because I'm really bad at math and off by 1, so it was just clear. And of course, remember to mod, Larry's mod song, so you don't forget. In this case, I know that this is a very micro optimization, to be frank, because I am still worried about Python and Leetcode, and they don't care about Python or Leetcode and all these things. Please, no discussion. No problem. Sorry, someone on my Discord is discussing problems. So I had to be like, hey people, please, no. But anyway, so I have a very minor optimization. I think it's natural to write something like this, right? But if you do the math, or if you just look at constraints, this number can only be 50 times mod. So if I mod it, it's still fine because it still fits in even a long, right? Because mod is 10, this is an int, so 50 times this int is at most slightly, like a very small long, so, or 64-bit integer, so that's why I didn't do it this way. It's very minor, but that was deliberate, just to also be clear. But yeah, but basically, let's analyze this constraint a little bit, right? So left, this is going to be, it goes up to 1,000 because target can only up to be 1,000. Index, of course, is only 50 because that's the size of n. So this is O of n times t for target. Sorry, is the number of inputs. So what is the time complexity, right? The time complexity is going to be the number of inputs times time per input, right? You know, dimensional analysis. So number of inputs is n times t. Time per input is equal to max count, which is actually also 50, right? It's in one of the constraints here. Counts of i's could be at most 50. So this is also 50. Let's say this is c is equal to 50. So then now max time is going to be n times t times c, which is actually, you know, still cutting it close because this is 50 times 1,000. But, you know, I was a little bit hopeful that, yeah, and space is just m times t space because each input has only over one space. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. I got this one pretty quickly, though I think I had some typo that kind of slowed it down. I think I just forgot to do a +1 here. But I knew how to do this immediately, to be frank. This is not a very inspired variation of the knapsack dynamic programming. I was actually only, well, slowed down by a typo, but also that I was wondering if there's some nuance that I missed. I kind of slow down the reading and be more deliberate about it. But yeah, that's all I have with this one. Let me know what you think, and you could watch me solve it live during the contest next. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. A lot of people got this one, so let's look at this one. Okay, you have n questions. You're given a target, and types is count and there are count numbers of ith type, and each of them is worth max point. Okay, so there's 6 problems with 1 point. Okay, mod. Okay, I get 6 totally. 4 question of this 0 of type. I mean, in theory, this is just record. But what are the constraints? N is 50. What is n? N is number of types. Why don't they just say that? So 1,000 times 50 is the space. I guess that should be okay, right? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. If otherwise, I'm writing this in a dumb way. Okay, fine. No, that's the score. F left minus I times types of What? Really? Oh, Did I misunderstand it? This should be roughly right. Wait, why am I getting it wrong? It doesn't even include 0, so that should be okay. Really? Why? I mean, I get why people got this so quickly. I don't know why I'm not getting it so quickly. Left. Exactly, okay. Count and marks. Yeah. Count. This is the count. Oh. Watch the goes. Okay. May timeout, we'll see. Okay. Alright, let's go. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem, this explanation, this contest, and everything in between. Yeah, that's all I have. So stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see you later and take care. Bye bye.